Hello and welcome to Annapolis City Digest. I'm Rhonda Wardlaw. Moodys, one of the city's 3 credit rating agencies, is placing the city of Annapolis on a watch list for a possible downgrade of the city's credit rating of general obligation bonds. According to Moodys, this could affect approximately $79.3 million in outstanding debt. The watch list action is based on a weakened general fund financial position as well as a negative undesignated fund balance. Phil McGowan, the city's PIO, has more.
Well, Rhonda, this doesn't come as a surprise to the mayor or the administration. In fact, we are aware that all 3 credit rating agencies are looking into our finances because of our lack of reserves. But the mayor is confident that during this period, we can show that we have the right financial team and the right plan in place to be able to overcome these shortcomings. And that at the end of the day, we're going to be able to demonstrate that we have a strong financial plan in place to be able to overcome this.
Moodys expects to resolve the watch list action after receiving recent operating information, including the 2011 third quarter results, audited fiscal 2010 results, and a new capital improvement plan from the city. A decision to downgrade the city's rating or simply withdraw the city from the watch list is expected to occur in the next 60 days. Well, the Annapolis Economic Development Corporation President and Chief Executive Officer started work on Monday, January 3rd. Laura Fritz took the helm of the newly created corporation at her new office at 93 Main Street after being chosen by the EDC Board of Directors on November 29th. Mayor Cohen signed into law legislation to create the Economic Development Corporation on July 20th of 2010. Ms. Fritz comes to Annapolis after serving as the Director of Economic Development for the city of Cudahy, Wisconsin, and before that, Ms. Fritz was Executive Director of the Southeast Fairfax Development Corporation in Alexandria, Virginia. Other experience includes President of the Washington Technology Council and Director of Membership of the Technology Council of Maryland. She is credited with negotiating development agreements worth $66.3 million and creating an expedited development process. She started and ran multiple economic development groups and technology councils in Maryland, Virginia, and in Washington, D.C. For more information on the Annapolis Economic Development Corporation, Ms. Fritz, and the board members, go to annapolisedc.org. You can also call 410-280-2712. Well, residents don't need to worry about renewing their parking decals to get the free parking at any of the city's 3 garages. Current parking decals will be honored through December 31st of 2011. That's being done to give residents more time to get the decals while allowing the city at the same time more time to improve the program. The city allows residents who live within the city limits 2 hours of free parking daily at any of the 3 garages, which include Hillman, Gotts Court, and Knighton. Now, to apply for your parking decal, you can download the application online, or you can make arrangements in person by calling 410-263-7944. You can also mail in your application to Central Services. That's at 145 Gorman Street, 2nd floor right, in Annapolis at 21401. Residents will need to provide a copy of their driver's license and a copy of their property tax bill or water bill simply to prove residency. For more information on the program, call 410-263-7944 or go to annapolis.gov and click on Central Services, then on parking garages and lots. Please be aware that if you wish to register more than 1 vehicle, proof of registration will be needed to provide for each additional vehicle. We need that for verification of ownership. Well, 4 willow oaks were recently planted in the historic district to replace the aging trees removed in August due to safety concerns. The trees were planted at 183 and 193 Duke of Gloucester Street and at 122 and 123 Conduit Street. The money to replace the trees, as well as to plant trees in various other locations throughout the city, came from an Alliance of the Chesapeake Bay grant. The grant totaled $40,000, of which 2/3 was used for planting numerous trees and shrubs last fall. The remaining third was used recently to plant 42 trees and 24 shrubs throughout Annapolis, including the 4 replacement trees. In all, 233 trees and 153 shrubs were planted with the grant money. The goal of the grant is to help the city to grow its urban tree canopy. The city entered into an agreement with the Maryland Department of Natural Resources in 2006 to increase the city's canopy from the existing 42% to 50% by 2036. By the way, the mayor encourages everyone to plant a tree whenever possible and to follow Governor Martin O'Malley's Smart Green and Growing initiative. For more information and a $25 tree coupon, go to trees.maryland.gov. Well, Maria Broadbent, the city's environmental program coordinator with 19 years of municipal government experience, has now been named as the director of the Department of Neighborhoods and Environmental Programs. Ms. Broadbent assumed the duties from Maria Brown, who managed the department since July, when Director Mike Malinoff was named the city manager. Maria Broadbent has worked as a city environmental program coordinator since 2008. In that capacity, she had taken the lead on stewardship and sustainability programs, including energy efficiency and carbon emission reduction, environmental compliance, recycling, and stormwater management. Well, meanwhile, the Department of Planning and Zoning also welcomed its new Chief of Historic Preservation, Lisa Craig, to Annapolis. She began work taking the place of Patricia Blick, who resigned in October to take a position in Arkansas as the Historic Preservation Program Department head. Ms. Craig comes to Annapolis with 20 years of historic preservation experience in public service, property development, as well as state and national nonprofit leadership. Before coming to Annapolis, Ms. Craig worked as the development manager and project executive for Forest City, Washington, and the Forest City Military Communities, a real estate development company. Well, the Lighthouse Shelter is stepping in to help our community meet its critical needs during severe weather, and it needs additional volunteers to make it happen. The Lighthouse is committed to providing safe, secure shelter for up to 35 additional homeless individuals in severe weather as soon as adequate volunteer support is available. Now, while they have currently more than 60 residents in the shelter, they do have the capacity to provide for that additional 35. The scheduling of volunteers will follow its demand. Volunteers are needed to help prepare food, set up beds, secure guest belongings, distribute bag lunches, clean up, and laundry, as well as other duties as necessary. By the way, ad hoc volunteers are also needed to help pick up and deliver food, as well as laundry and maintain the linens and other supplies and equipment at various times throughout the day. Please call Michelle Marshall at 443-569-4208, or you can email her for more information at marshall@annapolislighthouse.org. By the way, food donations are always welcomed. Milk, cereal, coffee, eggs, and hot cereal are always welcome. Please call the number I just gave you before donating any food and ask them about any other items that the shelter may be in need of. Well, despite a fluctuating storm forecast with original snow amounts forecasted to be between 6 and 10 inches of snow and then later only about 1 to 2 inches, Annapolis Mayor Josh Cohen made sure emergency roads were cleared by allowing residents along those emergency routes to park free in the city garages. The Emergency Operations Center was also activated at 3 o'clock on December 26 to coordinate the city's snow response and handle any public inquiries. Well, since Old Man Winter can still pack a punch through these months of January and February, you should review and refamiliarize yourself regarding the city's storm policy for a Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3 snow emergency. That information can all be found on the address that you see on your screen. Well, now that the holiday giving is over, why not consider giving the gift of green to everyone by recycling your holiday leftovers? Place your real Christmas tree out on the yard waste for collection. Recycle all wrapping papers, paper or foil, Christmas cards, wrapping tissue, and bows, and recycle all cookie tins. The cookies can all be sent to me. By recharging batteries and recycling old ones, you can also drop off all household batteries at our Public Works Administration office. That's located at 145 Gorman Street on the 2nd floor. And here's a great idea when hosting any house parties. Why not set up a recycling bin right next to your trash can? You'll be surprised at how quickly it catches on and gets your guests recycling. And if you received new electronic items as gifts that replaces others, please take those old ones to our e-cycling center. That's located at 935 Spa Road, or you can call 410-263-7967 for additional information. And finally, take all good old quality clothes, toys, or small electronic items to your local charity shop. Well, as we wrap up our show, Demetra D. Creek is the City of Annapolis's Employee of the Year. She was hired by the City of Annapolis January 5th in 1998. Her dedication to the job was never better portrayed than in February of 2010 when, you remember this, we were hit with that unprecedented back-to-back blizzards? Well, The city was completely shut down. However, this dedicated employee made the challenging trip to City Hall to prepare payroll and ensure that all of us, her co-workers and colleagues, received their pay without delay. For that reason, Dee actually was chosen as the city's Employee of the Month that March, but because of this, she was also selected as Employee of the Year for 2010. Congratulations, Dee. And that wraps it up for this edition of Annapolis City Digest. And remember, you can watch this program anytime at annapolis.gov, blip.tv, and at iTunes. And you can always keep in touch with up-to-date information on annapolis.gov, as well as on our Twitter and LinkedIn pages. Until next time, all of us here at Annapolis City Digest wish you a happy and prosperous new year.